Karina and I stopped in at the grand opening of the Center for Life Choices building in Clearlake today. Had a chance to talk there with Carol Whittingslow and with Andrea about what was going on.
We started with what used to be Moran's Pharmacy over on Lakeshore, and God slammed the door shut. And so we ended up getting the mobile clinic, which we ran for 6 years, I think, until God blew the roof off. But Carl was driving it that day from Tatanka, which is where we parked it. He got as far as Kids Corner, and he said it was like trying to drive a kite because the roof, parts of it raised right up, and the wind was a horrible wall storm. So it flooded everything pretty much inside. So we salvaged what we could. There's still a few tubs back here in the corner of the stuff that we salvaged. And then we just went back to, what's God's will. And this particular part of the process has taken about 3 years.
I had to grab a quieter spot for the next interview. Here's Andrea. All right, so I'm here with Andrea Blair at the opening of the Center for Life Choices, a long-awaited project here in Clearlake. Tell me about it.
Well, I don't know too much about the backstory on this particular clinic. It's we're also called Mendo Lake Women's Clinic, and so the other facility has been long-standing there in Mendocino County. I live in Cobb. And I got involved because of decades-old desire to participate in the right to life. I feel constitutionally, the right to life. And without life, you have no other choices. So this clinic, they've been working on opening another one here in Clearlake for the last, probably had a vision for several years.
And 7 that I know of.
7 that I know of, yeah, exactly, 7. And so today is our opening, and we're just here to fill a need in the community to let people know that there is more than one choice when you're faced with a crisis pregnancy or a pregnancy that you want. But we put people in contact with resources that they would have, that they might need, including education, housing, if there's a need for domestic counseling, just to be able to have all the information that they need. And so our clinic, the Center for Life Choices, Mendo Lake Women's Clinic, our motto is we inform and you decide.
So I'm curious in terms of informing. Now, we've had this tremendous overturning of Roe v. Wade by the Supreme Court just last year.
Yeah.
Have you seen more engagement at a positive level with Center for Life Choices because of that, or any impact at all?
I haven't seen anything definitely different. I do know that there's more of a hostile viewpoint of what the pregnancy resource centers do, and so I'm hoping that I can be a part of that solution to giving that true information, because I feel like we are the greatest pro-choice because we actually give women all the information and not just funnel them into one and only solution from desperation.
I hate to say this, the final solution.
Yeah, no doubt, because it just seems to be more of a solution that's born out of desperation. And so we look at every patient, every client that comes in as a human being with needs, and the same that we all are before God. They need love, they need hope, and so that's something that I can really get behind. So I'm really thankful to be a part of it as a patient advocate.
Do you see any confluence here of God's will? I know, and I mean this specifically geographically in this sense. Planned Parenthood is just down the block here.
Yeah, there's no coincidences in God's economy from end to end, from beginning to end. As long as humans have been on this earth, there are no coincidences, even for those who have not yet come to know Father God, the Creator God. Not the energy force or the universal force, but the true and living God that knows every hair on your head, that knows every breath that will be taken by every person who gets the chance to be born. That God knows that there are no coincidences. And so when we see interesting things like this happen, my hope is that someday we could actually partnership with Planned Parenthood for life, for solutions and resources. So I absolutely see no coincidence that we're just down the street.
And how would you ask anybody watch? I'm going to compile a little video here. How would you ask people to pray for this?
I would say, considering the time in which we live, and there's nothing new under the sun, right? that you would pray for protection of the staff and for the facility, and for true information to come to the public, that they would know that we offer solutions and we offer hope to people who are desperate. And who can get behind that? Everybody is in need of hope, and that's really what we stand for.
All right, thank you, Andrea.
You're
Say
super
goodbye.
welcome. Bye.